To all that come to this happy place, welcome. Welcome to the 5th edition of Getting Goofy Radio. I'm your co-host, Eric Huschel, here with one of my best friends in the whole entire world, the one and only Stephen Bell. How's it going, man?
Guilty. Just hanging out, man. You know, another COVID edition of Getting Goofy Radio. I think our hair is starting to get long. It's a wonder we're even shaving anymore.
I trimmed my mustache today, but other than that, yeah, this is all gelled back pretty good for those watching on YouTube.
But the highlight of our week is, you know, aside from giving our kids hugs and kisses, is talking about Disney World. And guess what we get to do today?
We're back at it.
We are back.
But yeah, other than kissing the kiddos and hugging our beautiful wives, this is the highlight of my week. And you know, we decided to bring something fun for you guys here again today. You know, one of the things we really love about Disney, other than just the magic it brings and the magic it brings our children, is food and beverage. And one of those things is, you know, there's a lot of different options at Disney. You have your fine dining, you have your quick service, you have your hotels, restaurants. There's a vast array of variety at Disney World. And the thing we wanted to talk about tonight is specifically snacks and quick service. For those of you who don't know, quick service is something that they do have tables, but a waiter or waitress does not come to you to take your order. You walk into the establishment, you can either mobile order on your phone, or you can go up to the kiosk, order your food, then they give you a number, they take your name, they call you when your order's ready. That's a quick service is what we typically say. Some parks have other options. There's food trucks or you know, super quick service that we just call snack trucks that you can go up and order straight from the cart. They give you your snack and then you're off. You know, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. You know, we're going to focus on quick service and food truck options at the 4 parks of the Walt Disney World Resort.
Only 4 parks. We're not going to anything else. No resorts today. 4 parks. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring you another draft. Yes. Not only are we going to talk about drafts here, but I'm pretty sure that I want to start living my daily life based on a draft. Like when I get gas next time, I'm going to grab a random person and be like, which one do you select? And I'll take the one they don't select when I'm filling my truck up. Like walk up to the
super diesel.
Like walk up to the sparkling water section at Publix and grab 7 people and be like, which one do you guys select? And then jump in and take one and be like, trade. And
just walk around with the NFL draft sound on your phone. When someone's looking at LaCroix, you walk up and
yes. I just can't even now that I've started thinking about life in draft form. That's what I'm gonna have to do forever. I'm just gonna start. Every decision I make is gonna be draft driven, and it's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait.
Hey, Steph, what cereal did you get?
What cereal did you get?
I had to get Cocoa Puffs because some guy picked the Fruity Pebbles. I mean,
there's more than one box. There's not more than one box. There's one selection per team.
Not in my way of life. So yeah,
oh man,
like Stephen said, we're gonna run another draft back. We just I think they're a fun thing to do, and we're in another quarantine edition of Getting Goofy Radio. So we thought we'd keep it a little lighthearted and fun, and we're gonna talk about our favorite items, not establishments, our favorite items from quick services and food trucks amongst the 4 parks.
So they could be snackish. They might borderline on meals because some of these things are at the quick service.
Oh, they could.
We will leave table service out of this because table service is a category of its own. But between quick service and the snack carts around the 4 parks, we feel like we have a pretty good idea of all the food offerings. And you're going to start probably, I mean, I'm just guessing there's going to be quite an eclectic taste between the 2 of us based on maybe my sweet tooth and your choices in cuisine as well.
My savory nature, that's for sure. So what I have here, I have a quarter. We have heads and tails. Figured I'd flip it here. You want to call it in the air?
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Here we go.
Heads. Of course.
That is a tails, my friends.
That's a tails. It's fine.
For those of you listening, I flipped on camera and showed a tails. But you know what? Steven, I'm going to give you the first pick.
Okay. All
So
right.
how
So
we're
are
going to do
we?
this is we're going to do back-to-back picks, not A, B, B, A. We're going A, B, A, B. We're going like that. So what we're going to do is, like Steven said, we're going to run a draft here. We're going to run an 8-round draft, picking our favorite 16 items collectively from the Walt Disney World parks. And that being said, insert awesome NFL draft sound here. Take us away.
All right, let's do it. I think the first one is an easy one for me to choose. It's new, it's exciting, it's in Star Wars Galaxy Edge. I don't think it's much of a secret. If you haven't been there, you need to go there. I'm going to Bronto Roasters, and I'm going to select the Bronto wrap. You know, not only is it delicious, like if you know me, you know my affinity for hot dogs. We've talked about it in the previous episodes that I love all the hot dogs on in the parks. The thing about the Bronto wrap is they keep it interesting. In the morning, you can get a breakfast Bronto wrap surrounded by eggs. In the afternoon, you get a pork on pork sausage with a tangy slaw and a delicious pita wrap for your snack. I'm going to call it a snack since this is quick service and snack carts. But it is amazing.
You get a double pig meal there, man. That's you arguably the best current at the time of filming, arguably the best snack on property.
It's not classic. It's more in the realm of contemporary. But the good thing about Disney World is they keep classic in the mix, they keep contemporary in the mix, and they keep coming back for more. The Ronto wrap, if you do like things like sausage, if you do like bratwurst and hot dogs, is a must-have. Make sure you go directly to Bronto Roasters next time you're at Hollywood Studios. Run over there and grab yourself a breakfast or after breakfast, a lunch/dinner Ronto wrap. You will not regret the decision. I promise it's worth your time.
Solid first round pick, or first overall. And
first overall.
I got all sorts of notes over here, and I
got notes too. I'm taking it down here so I can make sure I don't select one of your draft selections because I got the penalty.
You took the obvious choice for a lot of people.
I did.
With the next pick, Eric Kushel selects the cheeseburger spring rolls from the cheeseburger cart in the Magic Kingdom outside of Frontierland.
You got me there, man. It's the Adventureland spring roll cart, as I think they call it. Boom. And it is.
Yes. Tell me.
You got to tell me, but you said cheeseburger specifically, but I think you can go ahead and throw that pizza one in there just so we can talk about both of them.
So they've changed it up a couple times. They cheeseburger seems to be the standard. They've done the pepperoni pizza. I know that they've done a buffalo chicken. I think there might have even been a Philly cheesesteak. But for me, the classic, the standard, it is the cheeseburger spring roll. And for those
when we got it, what did we get? Did we get cheeseburger and pizza? Cheeseburger. I remember the cheeseburger. I don't remember the pizza, but I remember the cheeseburger.
I got double cheeseburger.
It was so good. It's
a McDonald's Big Mac, essentially, without the special sauce, wrapped into an egg roll, and it's absolutely incredible. You can't go wrong. It is a little bit expensive. It's $7+ for two couple-inch spring rolls, but the crisp, the taste, everything, it's awesome. So that's my pick there.
Yeah, and for inquiring minds, when we say the Adventureland spring roll cart, some of these carts are hard to find. It is when you're walking into Adventureland, right before you get to the overhang sign that says Adventureland, that spring roll cart is going to be right there on your right. And interestingly enough, it does have a little bit of a cult following. I think a lot of people would agree with Eric. It's one of the best treats in the park. And if you don't get there early enough, you're going to be waiting in line 15, 20 minutes. It's well worth it, but you will be waiting in line.
And we should note that once they're done, they're done. They make a batch for the day, and once they're done, they completely run out. So it's not like your typical hot dog stand where they're just going to be pumping them out all day. Once they're gone, they're gone. They could be gone by noon. So
just think about the texture. If you're a texture fan, the texture of these things is ridiculous. When you bite into it, it's a single layer of spring roll, but when you bite in it, somehow it magically turns into like multiple layers of spring roll. It is just the texture. It's crunchy, it's savory, it's got everything you want. Even if you don't like mustard, I promise it's palpable in this this spring roll. You've got to try it. It is
perfectly said. Perfectly said. So obvious number 2. Give it to me.
So stole my second pick there. Let me scramble for a second. And with the third pick in the draft, we will take the Mickey Celebration Donut from Magic Kingdom. Are you aware of the Mickey Celebration Donut, Eric?
This is the one that's the size of my head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
What is this? The pink or the chocolate frosting?
Do I have to go flavor here?
I'm just saying. I thought there was two. Isn't there
There's
two?
three. There's three. So
Wow.
let's get it right. Magic Kingdom at the Main Street Bakery offers two. They offer a chocolate and vanilla. And then you also have it at the Cheshire Cafe when you walk in, heading towards Winnie the Pooh through Fantasyland.
Yeah.
So you have Cheshire Cafe there, and they have the strawberry one.
Solid
9
pick.
times out of 10, I'm gonna go with strawberry, but today I'm gonna take chocolate. It's
Okay.
it's delicious. I know. Hopefully you'll insert a picture for all of these, but definitely this one. It is legitimately the size of my face.
Yeah.
And it is a donut
Plus the
that
ears.
looks like, yes,
Plus.
it's a donut that looks like Mickey Mouse that is glazed with either chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry glaze. And then obviously, who doesn't love sprinkles just galore all over it, thrown all over it? I mean, you could eat it for an entire meal, but it's definitely a snack, shareable snack, delicious. Donut lovers love it. People that don't like donuts probably still love it because it looks like Mickey Mouse. Awfully sweet, but I went savory on my first pick, coming back to sweet on my second.
I hear you. Yeah, I can't take that away from you, man. I'm going back savory. I'm sticking with the Magic Kingdom. And with the fourth pick, Eric Koschel selects from the Friar's Nook, the buffalo chicken tots.
Oh, tell me about those, man. I don't know if I've ever had those before.
These
I don't know
tots
if I've
are
ever had them.
incredible. These tots are incredible, man. They call them potato barrels at Walt Disney World, and these potato barrels or tater tots are layered in a buffalo chicken, loaded with this buffalo chicken goodness, with celery and some blue cheese, and I can't talk about them enough. And occasionally they have a seasonal one. They have some. There's a breakfast one that is pretty
Friar's
awesome.
Nook. Tell me again, because for some reason it's escaping me. I cannot place.
So right, if you're walking past,
where are we?
if you're walking past the carousel with the carousel on your left, you make that right towards the
yes in between the carousel and Winnie the Pooh.
Heading towards the Seven Doors Mine Train. It's right there. It's the first thing right there.
Yes.
It's
right next to the ice cream stand.
Friar's
right?
Nook. It is a nook. It's right there, right? Yes, directly next to the ice cream stand. So
I'm gonna go ahead and put that little star next to that one for next time I'm there.
Any of their tots are incredible. Obvious choice for me.
All right. Well, I love buffalo. I love chicken. I love tots. I'm checking those out. So with the fifth pick in the draft, I'm going to take Sleepy Hollow, Belgian waffle, fresh fruit, Nutella.
Scratch that off my list.
Yeah, it is. If you haven't had it, just do yourself a favor and go get it. You know, at Sleepy Hollow, let's talk about that for a second. They have two absolutely cult dishes. They have a lot of revolving stuff on the menu, but these two things stay there all the time, and they're absolutely cult dishes. They've got a waffle that's smothered in Nutella and topped with blueberries, bananas, and strawberries, and it is to die for.
And then folded into
like a sandwich, like a sandwich or a taco, almost like a
taco. It is a
waffle taco.
It's a waffle. Yeah, exactly.
And that is absolutely my favorite thing. I think it's well known, but for some reason, the lines don't always get that long there. You do need to avoid it during show and parade times because it gets crazy.
The parade comes right through there. But we forgot to mention that Sleepy Hollow is in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow, Magic Kingdom. Yes, right next. If you're going in to walk by the Hall of Presidents out there in Frontierland, before you get to Frontierland, if you're taking a left away from the Magic Kingdom itself. It's the first building on the right after there's a little walkway to your right. It's the first building on the right there. The fruit and Nutella waffle is absolutely amazing. That is my pick. But since I'm picking it, I know you won't go ahead and take the other one we need to mention. They also have
Don't mention it.
You're gonna take it. You're
Yeah.
gonna take it.
And with the next
son.
pick in the quick service snack draft, I'm going with the sweet and spicy chicken waffle from the Sleepy Hollow.
Wow.
Sweet and spicy chicken waffle, which my friend neglected, is
that's a harsh neglect. I'm pretty sure that I was gonna say, let's go ahead and mention it, and you were like, I've got to get it as a pick.
I got to get it in there because you can't talk. You can't talk about the Nutella waffle and not talk about the sweet and spicy chicken waffle. Sweet and spicy chicken
waffle.
On
that chicken waffle.
Exactly what it sounds like. It is just incredible deep fried chicken smothered in a sweet and spicy glazed sauce with some coleslaw on a thick waffle folded into a taco. I'll take one of those over a Nutella waffle all day. I'm more of a savory guy, but I did have the Nutella waffle on my draft board here. So you can't go wrong with either. But figure, back to back Sleepy Hollow. I mean, you got 2 in the top 6. It's sounding like it's one of the better quick services on property.
And I'm glad that you took that pick, because I feel like I'm going to get one of yours here. And I probably should have taken this earlier. And knowing you, I should have taken this earlier. But luckily, you went into the sweet and spicy chicken waffle there at 6. So with the 7th pick in the draft, can you guess where I'm going?
Yeah. Epcot?
Yeah. No, not Epcot.
I'm
taking it back to Animal Kingdom.
Can I just pick it for you?
I'm going. I feel like you're going to know this. Why don't you tell me what my pick is?
The Harambe Market pork sausage.
No.
Let's go. Tell me.
It's not it, though.
Tell me. I know. That's what I'm saying. Tell me. I still have to pick that now. Go ahead.
Yak and Yeti fried rice, baby.
I tried to distract you. I did the old bait and switch.
The old bait and switch. You knew. Deep down, you knew exactly what I was doing. You were trying to play me, weren't you?
Chicken fried rice.
There it is.
I was trying to the old bait and switch, folks. It tried to distract him there.
I'm going to throw a side of spring rolls with it because it's part of the same snack. Chicken fried rice, side of spring rolls. They've got all your standard hot sauce, soy sauce, duck sauce, mustard sauce. They've got it all there for you. It's typically in a well-shaded spot. It's a great reprieve from the heat of Animal Kingdom on a hot summer day. It is absolutely a fantastic snack. And really, it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $6, $5.50.
$5.29.
And it's a ton of food. You can absolutely share it with someone. You can eat it as a whole meal by yourself.
Sure.
A lot of times when we're in Animal Kingdom, I absolutely find myself going to get Yak and Yeti. I'll eat other things, but Yak and Yeti is something that I know is always going to be delicious every time. And we're talking about Yak and Yeti, Yak and Yeti.
The local food
window service. Window service.
It's called Local Food Eats.
Not the table restaurant.
It's to the right of the restaurant. If you're looking at it from the Bridge of Asia, it's called Local Food Eats. It's $5.29. It's actually a side item on their menu. It's not even an entree. So, yeah, Steven got a steal of a pick there. The chicken fried rice is awesome. You throw a little of that Chinese takeout hot sauce on there and some soy sauce. It's a meal in its own. It's an incredible. You can get 4 of them and feed your whole family for $20. So, steal of a pick, man. Steal of a pick.
Yeah. Now that you put it that way, I honestly probably should have had them as my number 2 pick. Ronto Wrap still being number 1 because it's a little more exciting. Although Yak and Yeti is probably my favorite dish there at all of the parks. The Mickey Donut probably could have come a little later, but luckily I was able to get that pick. Pick from you. So tell us about number 8 and where we're going with number 8.
You did. So you're changing up my strategy here. Now I feel like I'm going to have to draft those that I will be more heartbroken to lose. And we're going to stick with Animal Kingdom because I threw it at you, and I feel like if I don't draft it now, you're going to pick it next on me. I'm going to go with the Harambe Market pork sausage from Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
This pork sausage is similar to the Ronto Wrap. It comes in an amazing kind of like pita bread thing. It has a slaw. It's got this amazing sauce, and you can't go wrong. It's probably a foot long, if not more, kind of curled sausage, just like a Ronto wrap. It's incredible. Steph and I each had one the last time we went to Animal Kingdom, and you can't go wrong. I think it's
fantastic.
It's got to be one of the better snacks that you can get in Animal Kingdom and around property.
I'm rethinking my strategy. We should go back, and I just want to pick hot dog, bratwurst, sausages for all of my picks. I mean, I don't think Disney.
There's a lot of draft ahead of us.
I don't think Disney serves a bad hot dog / bratwurst / sausage. They are all delicious.
You have 4 more picks, man. So let's hear what you go with next.
If I can come back to my 9th pick, and speaking of the devil, I'm going with the mini corn dog sausages, or mini corn dogs from Casey's Corner. Loaded, unloaded, whatever you pick. I like them personally without being loaded. I love them just the corn dog by itself, the small corn dog, get some ketchup, get some fries with it, a classic Coca-Cola, just absolutely Americana at its best. Delicious.
Can't go wrong, man. You left out mustard, and for me, mustard is the to-go. I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship or just hate mustard, but mustard for me on a corn dog is the way to go.
I actually, what I do is I fill my tray with ketchup and mustard, and I dip it on the line. Do you do that? So you get a nice half of ketchup, half of mustard. It's a solid move.
Mustard for me, mustard on a corn dog. Something about the sweet of the cornbread and the spicy of the mustard. That's the way to go for me. That's
your German ancestry coming at us. It's replacing the sauerkraut on the brat is what's happening. The vinegar, it's delicious.
Sue me. That being said, with the 10th pick of the WZW quick service snack draft, I'm going to go with the Bratwurst from the Summerfest in the Germany Pavilion in Epcot. The Bratwurst there, $10.29, is a better bratwurst that you're going to have. It's a quality bratwurst with some sauerkraut and a great bun. You can't go wrong with it. You throw some spicy mustard on it. You pair it with an Oktoberfest beer. Or
a Hefeweizen, right? If you want to get crazy.
Or the Hefeweizen. The Hefeweizen's there. They have the grapefruit beer as well. You can indulge, but you got to go bratwurst. So, I realized that you were on this sausage kick, and I was like, man, he's going to take this. So I better just.
I was going to take it. It was coming. I have it on my notes.
Keep the ones that are close to the heart. Keep them coming. So with that said, the 10th pick is the bratwurst from Summerfest within the Germany Pavilion and Epcot.
Fantastic. Let's talk about exactly where that's located, because Germany throws people off. When you walk up, there's a cart and it gets slammed. And I've seen so many people make the mistake of getting in line there for the bratwurst,
hoping for some kind of snack other than a beer and a pretzel. And
they have delicious, massive pretzels. They have beers there. Don't make that mistake. If you want the sausage, walk back. There's the back of the pavilion. Mm-hmm. If you enter on the right is where you can get your quick service bratwurst. Don't waste your time with the cart. The cart's fantastic, but don't waste your time with that.
There's stuff there that could make this draft. So you walk past that, you go directly under the large cuckoo clock. To the right is the toy store. To the left is the wine cellar. Right in the middle is the quick service, and it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hidden. It's kind of behind a fountain. You have to walk. The entrance is on the right, exits on the left. Yeah. In the far back corner, you have the sit down restaurant. So you walk in on the right. You walk in, and they have a couple great options of sausages and some German potato salads and stuff. But for me, the bratwurst.
And not to get too far with the directions, but the reason I say that is, intuitively speaking, Germany has so much going on that if you don't know exactly where you're going in Germany, you can get lost in that pavilion. It's not a massive pavilion, but you've got the cart right out front.
Sure.
You've got the caramel shop right there on the left. You've got a sit-down table service restaurant. You've got the other two things you mentioned. You got the wine shop. And then you have the tip. So there's a lot going on in the Germany Pavilion, and if you're in dire need of some quick protein to get you that energy, head straight to the back of the pavilion. run into that table or that quick service and get
He
yourself that
said,
bratwurst.
you said it, man. I mean, it doesn't have the maze effect like you would in the Morocco pavilion or the depth of the French pavilion or Italy, because it all kind of seems right there, right in your face. Like what you see is what you get. But no, there's a lot of depth there, and the quick service is hidden. It is behind a beautiful painted wall that you have to kind of walk around. So yeah, I think it does make sense to point that out. So that being said, let's move on to number 11. What do you got for us?
All right. So let me paint this a little bit. I don't know that this is something you can get year round, but because I've got it at the Flower and Garden Festival, I'm going to mention it and hope that it's still around for all you to try. And with the 11th pick, we're going to go with oh wait, let me pause for our dramatic effect. We're going to go with the Artisan Cotton Candy from Epcot's China Pavilion at the House of Good Fortune location. It's a merchandise location.
Solid.
So let me talk about this cotton candy for a second. Is it the best tasting thing on this menu? Maybe not, but everyone likes cotton candy. Even people that don't like cotton candy, they don't like cotton candy because of dietary reasons or they don't want to take in their sugars or whatever it is, but they still like cotton candy. But the reason you go with this Artisan cotton candy, it's not just like a bag of cotton candy, like a bowl of cotton candy you're pulling and eating. You watch them hand spin it, and what they do is they get 3 or 4 different colors, and they make these flowers or whatever it may be. For me, the one I had it was a flower. I think that I've seen it in wintertime as like a Santa hat.
They have
other times.
They have, yeah.
So it's fantastic. But what I personally experienced was a flower. So what they did is they got the yellow and they spun the yellow, and that became the bud of the flower. And then they got blue and pink and white, and they made those the actual petals of the flower. And at the end of the day, you have this beautiful, almost souvenir-esque
Sure.
treat. And it lasts a few minutes. You take a couple pictures, you smile in front of it, you have a good time, and then you eat it, and it's delicious. It tastes like regular, delicious cotton candy. But really, the experience of watching them build this almost sugary piece of art is worth the 5 or 10 minutes you have to wait in line, and it's very, very neat.
Sure. Like you said, while it's not the most healthy or the best tasting, it's definitely the most Instagrammable. It's definitely the most beautiful. I mean, the guy who does this and the artists who make this, I'm not even calling them cooks. They're artists. They're beautiful. It's crazy the things that they're able to make these. They're beautiful. So I think it's a great pick. I really do. Let's
tell me what we have next.
Let's go right ahead. So we're going to jump with number 12. We each have a couple picks left. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going I'm looking at my list here, and I got a couple solid things left that I'll be bummed if I don't pick. But I'm gonna take this next one. This is, I don't want to say it's a newer item on in the parks, but it's definitely one that I've taken advantage of the last or I enjoyed the last couple times I went. And with the 12th pick of the WDW Snack and Quick Service Draft, Eric Kushel selects the grilled corn on the cob at the Harambe Fruit Market in Animal Kingdom. This is
salt or no salt?
Salted, seasoned, charred, the whole deal. You name it, that's what I'm buying. So I tell the folks behind the grill that the darker the better. Hey, there's a burnt one. Throw that one in under some tin foil.
I love those little chewy burnt corn kernels. What a great snack.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's an ear of corn that they grill it right when you exit from the safari, and it is a grilled ear of corn. They dip it in some butter. They season it with some amazing spices, some salt and pepper, whatever it may be. It's a great snack. They wrap it in some tin foil. You're on your way. So and it's $5.29. I mean, it's expensive for what an ear of corn costs, but eating that when you're walking through the park's pretty awesome. And I guarantee you, when you have people walking from Pandora or from Asia, from the front of the park, they'll see you eating that. And it's not like a corn dog where they're like, "Oh, there's another corn dog." They're like, "Oh, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Where do you see that? Do you see that?" It's a kind of it's an eye turner and an attention grabber. So that's where I'm going there.
I mean, that's a solid pick. what's unique about what you just mentioned is when you wake up in the morning, you're like, what am I gonna have a snack for today? Corn. Like that's not something that you typically say. But then I think deep down, everyone likes corn. It it's a vegetable. I think. Man, shows
Starch,
you my
starch,
knowledge level.
starch.
Starch, whatever it is, and it's sweet. It's crisp. Add some butter to it for that savoriness. The seasoning salt they mentioned, tossing it on there. It is an absolute treat. It's an absolute
It really
treat.
is. It
It's a
really
great
is.
thing to grab before you stand in a long line. So before you go get in flight of passage for 3 hours, grab yourself about 6 corn stalks and you'll be all right.
I I think it's a steal. Again, it's expensive at $5.29 for an ear for a single corn on the cob, but for what you're getting where you are, I think it's a steal at number 12. So
Boom.
tell me what you think's better than the ear corn at number 13.
You know, I'm going to bring this back to my affinity for Mickey and where it all got started. And with the 13th pick in the Walt Disney World snack and quick service draft, Seven Bell selects the classic chocolate and vanilla ice cream Mickey bar. Any snack stand you can find has it, and for good reason. It's our favorite pal, Mickey. It's chocolate, it's vanilla. On a 95-degree day, you got about 7 seconds to eat it before it melts. But man, are those 7 seconds glorious! And then on
They
a nice
are.
non-humid day, you can eat that thing for 20 minutes.
When
But
when the
delicious
chocolate
nonetheless.
doesn't peel off in full layers and you have to take that and muck your
Yes.
hands up, it's
Yep.
there's never a bad time to eat it, but yeah, on a summer day when you're really craving that ice cream and you get to bite in that, it's always a crunch. That crunch is nothing like it. That's the crunch between those two layers of just Mickey ear chocolate, incredible.
Where
That's
it all started for me. It's where it all started for me. Probably why I have the sweet tooth that I have today, the affinity for sweets. But not much to say about it. Everyone knows what it is. I
it
think
is what it is.
we would have been regretful if we did not include that in our draft because
You
really
can't not put it
it's
in.
the king of the sweets. It's the king of the snacks.
You can't not put it in. And so hey, so we're coming down to the last couple picks. It looks like I got two left and you got one left. So man, I'm sitting here looking at my list. I'm like, man, what can I live with? What can I live without? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm probably gonna go a little traditional, and then I'll go a little bit unconventional on one of these picks, depending on what you come in on the middle here. Uh, with the 14th pick in the WDW Quick Service and Snack Draft, Eric Kushel selects the seasonal poutine at the Refreshment Port in Epcot. Specifically, what I choose, my preference is the duck confit poutine at the Refreshment Port. For those of you who don't know about the Refreshment Port, don't sleep on it. This is the very first building you hit on the right-hand side when you're walking into the World Showcase. You just get through the entrance of Epcot. You make a right towards the Canada Pavilion. The Refreshment Port is the very first thing you see. Now, next to the brand new Starbucks location, the Refreshment Port has classic poutines, which is gravy and cheese curds over great French fries, and they tend to have I don't want to say seasonal, but they bring out different poutines throughout the year. I think right now they might have a beef brisket one with some barbecue sauce. That's incredible. But for me, it comes down to the beef or the duck confit poutine. It's $9.50, so it's not the cheapest snack, but it's a large portion. You know, it's a big basket of French fries with the gravy and the cheese and the duck confit, and they do duck right, and it's awesome. And then you're walking into the Canadian Pavilion, which is one of my favorite pavilions to drink at. So you go get a beer there with the poutine. It's incredible. Can't go wrong there. So 14 pick, duck confit poutine, Refreshment Port, Epcot.
Well, and if you're gonna go, if you're gonna go Epcot and you're gonna go counterclockwise and you're gonna hit Canada first, you might as well stop by and get that base layer because if you're gonna do, not everyone has to drink around the world every time.
No,
But if you decide to drink around the world, go ahead and fill yourself up with a hearty snack. Hang a right, not a left. finish with the margaritas. Don't start with them. Get
Yeah.
yourself a base layer, then get yourself a beer from Canada, get another beer from the UK, and then you can get into the wine, champagne, and liquor treats so that you do it right. We've seen people take a left too often, and by the time they get to China, they're already laying on their backs. Take a right and fill up so that you can get a base layer and you're all right. I'm telling you.
Spoken like a true expert. Spoken like a true expert.
I wonder if Disney has ever done a study of when people have issues with alcohol and get kicked out of the park or throwing up, because it does happen. People get asked to leave. How many people take a left first versus a right first? Because I feel like it's an important concept, because when you go right first, you go ale first. You go Moosehead or your favorite beer in Canada, which I forget the name. And then you go into the UK pavilion, and those are going to be typically beer-heavy establishments.
Yeah.
If you take a left and you go to Mexico first,
you're starting with tequila.
Rowdy quick.
You're
starting with tequila. And you know, when you get to China, if you get a Tsingtao, you may have a beer, but chances are on that left side of the World Showcase, it's going to be at least heavy wines or liquor.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, it's a margarita or a shot or a flight of tequila. In Norway, more times than not, I'm trying to do a shot there. In China, I'm doing a Tipsy Ducks in Love, and that is just essentially Jack Daniels and chocolate and tea, and it's incredible too. But those 3 stops can really kick your day off. So,
yeah. Where are our statisticians? We need to find a study on this. Who has the most problems with alcohol? Going left and going clockwise through Mexico, going right and going counterclockwise, or coming through the back alley and hitting France hard?
So I think the 2 most famous kickouts in the last couple of years are, you have the American treasure herself, Alex Morgan, getting kicked out of the Rose and Crown pub. You have to think she started in Mexico and then made it all the way around.
I hope so.
And then
otherwise, poor showing.
And then the other side of it, you have that jabroni who crawled up the Mexican pavilion stairs and crawled up the face of the facade of the building. You got to think he started in the right. So who knows? I mean,
I'm not condoning his behavior, but man, does that look fun.
Who's not thought about it? If you've ever drinking around the world or had a handful of drinks at Disney in Epcot and drink around the world at all in any sense, not officially or anything, I mean, they are stairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, let's again, we digress. We digress, right?
Yes, we don't condone that by any means. It does look challenging and like maybe a Nickelodeon game show. But
yeah.
So listen, man, this is your last pick.
I know.
I think there's a lot of pressure here. Heck,
it's tough.
Should we go more rounds? How many more things you got? You want to take it to a round 20?
That changes the game, Eric. Changes the game.
So listen, at this point, we each have one more pick, and maybe we end it here.
We can't. Our listeners want it. We want it. Let's go to 20. Let's go to 20. All right. So now I don't have to say. I was about to give you a sob story how I was between 2 and I hadn't gone to Hollywood Studios. Now, hopefully, I can pick both of them.
You just bought yourself 3 more picks or 2 more picks, my friend. So let's go.
You, sir, just bought yourself 15, 17, and 19. 3 more picks. 2 more picks. Yeah,
maybe we keep the descriptions down a little bit, but tell the people what they want and what you are picking with the 15th pick of the WDW Snack and Quick Service Draft.
I'm going to the shadeless oasis known as Toy Story Land. And with the 15th pick, Steven Bell selects the tart from Woody's Lunchbox. I'm not sold on a flavor yet because I like all of them. They have seasonal flavors, but the one they seem to be running the most often is that chocolate hazelnut. So I'm going to go with that, but they have delicious berry flavored ones as well. Yeah. I'm joking about the shadeless oasis, but anyone who has been to Toy Story Land in the middle of August realizes that there is not enough shade in that land. But a fantastic little sweet treat, and I enjoy it.
The tart. Can I tell you why they don't have trees in that land? Do you know that?
Because they want you to be shrunk down to the size of a toy for scale.
Exactly. They can't build 7 Tree of Lives in Toy Story Land to make you feel like you're a toy. Like maybe they can make giant weeds like you had in Honey I Shrunk the Kids. They throw some giant blades
Yeah.
of grass over. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a
Well, they got
possibility.
rid of that. They got rid of that one, didn't they?
Well,
Why
I
don't they
mean, they're
just
just
throw that the
that
leftovers
stuff's
from there?
that stuff's got to be somewhere. Those giant blades of
Yeah.
grass. They take those and just
Uh,
throw them over you. And hey, Disney, you're
When you
welcome.
say they can't have 7 tree of lives, Eric, I say why not? Why not, Disney? Why not? You've got a roller coaster of a Slinky Dog, and it's one of your top attractions. I feel like you could build some 100-foot trees and give us some shade.
There you go.
But hey, who am I? I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan.
So, jumping right back into it, number 16. I mean, listen, this was supposed to be the last pick of the draft, and some Disney purist might be mad at me for saying this wouldn't have made the draft if I didn't just buy myself 2 extra picks. But I'm going to throw it in there now. You know what I'm going to go? I'm going to go back to Magic Kingdom. I'm going to Aloha Isle, and I'm going to pick the pineapple Dole Whip. I got to have a sweet. I have
The reason. Oh, you're such a jerk.
I have multiple rounds here of just savory. I gotta go sweet. I gotta go refreshing. I gotta go classic. To me, this outclassics the Mickey Premium Bar as far as what Disney does. The pineapple Dole Whip is classic.
Take that back.
Disney. It's there's only a couple places you can get it. You have it at Aloha Isle. There's another stand there, and you get it at Steven's Favorite Resort at the Polynesian. The pineapple Dole Whip, for those of you who don't know, it's a $5.99 float. It's an ice cream over fresh pineapple juice. Absolutely incredible. Number 16 pick. I mean, heck, that was supposed to be Mr. Irrelevant, and that's an easy top 3 pick. So there we go. To me, that's a steal at 16.
Yeah.
Tell me so you just bought 2 new lives. Tell me what you're bringing with me.
I'm going to stay in Hollywood Studios. And with the 17th pick, I'm going to go to, I may stay in Hollywood Studios for my last 2 if we don't watch out.
Uh-oh.
Hollywood Studios used to be the desert of Disney food. And look at me coming in strong with the last 3 picks, if I may.
There you go. There's a handful of them, but go ahead, man. Insert awesome
With
NFL sound.
With the 17th pick, I'm going to choose the funnel cake from Epic Eats outside of Indiana Jones, where they give you this funnel cake. They give you whipped cream. They also put ice cream on top of it. Wow. I don't even know what it's called because I didn't prepare for going this deep into the draft, but I feel like I'd be remiss not to say it. What a delicious treat. I mean, I'm going super sweet on the left side. I've got my draft board on the left side and yours on the right side. If you're sweet tooth, I think you'll appreciate my draft board more. If you're not, you're going to hate me. But man, that funnel cake is something to behold. You know, who thought you could make a funnel cake better than just funnel cake and some powdered sugar? Oh, let's throw some ice cream and whipped cream on top of it, maybe some cherries and some other fruit.
You just made a sundae
enough said, right?
Funnel cake. Yeah,
exactly.
You did it. Wow. Man. All right. So look, I'm looking at my list here. So what I'm proud to say is we knocked out my first page of like prospects. We knocked them out collectively. And now I got some ones that I want to call sleepers that I'm just, I mean, there's one here that I'm baffled that you haven't taken yet, but I am going to take another classic. I got to stick with it. And for those of you who are Disney purists, you're probably just ticked off that we haven't picked this yet, but I'm going to Mickey Pretzel with cheese. I mean, you can get it in all 4 parks. The Mickey shaped pretzel is like, it's art to look at. Just the fact that someone was able to fold this. If anyone's ever been to an Annie Ann's, you know, it's impressive how they fold it like this, but the way they make the Mickey one, it's incredible, and in such mass quantities. And then you throw some of that plastic cheese in there with that little cup, and for $5.99 or excuse me, $6.79, the Mickey pretzel with cheese. Nothing else needs to be said. 18th overall pick.
Delicious.
Your last pick in the draft. Tell me about it.
I said I think I did too much. I said I was going to bring it back to Hollywood Studios for 20, but I got weird and I started thinking about where are we going to go at 20, And, you know, when you talk about classics, I feel like we need to come back to this one. I was going to go pretzel. I'm glad you did. It deserved a slot in the top
It
20.
does.
I'm going to go with another dish that has a cult following. You can get it in multiple parks. So I'm not going to mention the stand itself, but I'm going to go with the classic turkey leg.
Took mine, man.
It is it's a treat, and it's massive. It's massive. It's a meal and a half, and it's all protein. So you're full for a minute. And not to mention, you feel like you've accomplished something if you collectively, we did this. So
When you get down to those tendons, you do feel like Fred Flintstone, and you feel you accomplished. You really, really do. It's something about that.
I mean, you finished it. If you're an Animal Kingdom, you throw it up in the air. Of course, it lands in the right receptacle. It goes in the trash. We're not littering here. Come on. And you go ride Everest backwards and hope you don't throw up. But what a delicious, delicious treat. And you know, you got it in Frontierland. You can eat that while you're watching everyone go down the Splash Mountain Falls. Just you know, you can get a lot of these things outside of Disney World. You can get a pretzel outside of Disney World. You can get something similar to a Dole Whip. Obviously, it doesn't have the magic of Disney.
You can get an ear of corn. You can get an ice cream bar. You can get all this stuff. But these turkey legs.
But you're not walking up to a random. Yeah, you're not walking up to a random restaurant in your town and be like, "Hey, I'll have a 2-pound turkey leg." So that's how I sound when I order it. I wanted you guys to understand my voice when I'm in Disney World. It's similar to that.
Hey guys, can I get one of those turkey legs, please?
Yeah, except my voice when I sound it is not that cool. It's even less cool. But they serve me the turkey legs and I enjoy them. So that's going to
reluctantly. They're like, I don't know if this guy can deal with one of these. I'm not sure.
This guy's socks go all the way to his shorts.
Listen, they're right up there with the Mickey Pretzel and the Dole Whip and the Mickey Premium Bar. It's a classic Disney snack. And I'll be honest, another one that I mean, I think it's more Disneyland appropriate is the churro, and that's something that is, I'm telling you, it's going to go undrafted, folks. So I apologize about that. But what I'm going to go with is something that is near and dear to my heart. Back to the Germany Pavilion, in the wine cellar. This is the artisanal cheese plate. The artisanal cheese plate at the wine cellar is something fierce. My wife and I and her friends and some of my friends, we've been through there a handful of times and gotten the artisanal cheese plate from back in the wine cellar. You at the same time of getting this little cheese plate, which I think it's like 4, maybe 5 little bite-sized cheeses, and it comes with some crackers. It's almost like a mini charcuterie board. And it's got some honey drizzled on one, and you're also able to go and buy a wine flight that goes along with it, or just a nice pour or a beer or whatever. But the artisanal cheese plate in the Germany Pavilion, in the wine cellar, unreal. I see my wife kind of dabbing me up from the outside over here that she's a fan of the final pick. It surpasses a lot of these last ones. The artisanal cheese plate from the Germany Pavilion, Mr. Irrelevant. There he is.
Man, not even. He's delicious.
It's a sleeper, man. I recommend that one extremely highly.
So many that we didn't even choose. So many. I mean,
there's a ton. I mean,
I think we'll just have to release a list of our top 50 favorite snacks.
Easy.
So that people can see those, because obviously we have fun with the top 20. If we did 50, we would be on here for 7 hours. And as fun as this is, you guys would get very annoyed with us. If you think about in the 10 years that I've really been in my adult life, in the 10 years that I've really been, you know, passionate about Disney, the food has continued to evolve and in the best way. So they keep the classics, they keep the simple food. They're, you know, they realize that not every person that walks into Disney is looking for a 5-star meal. Sure. But man, have they elevated some of these quick service restaurants, some of these snack carts. It is food that you would go sit down at a restaurant for in your hometown, and you would happily eat it as a meal, and 100%. You can eat it as a snack now. And I'm just excited. You know, food is one of my favorite parts of Disney World. I'm really excited about what does the next 5 years bring. If the food has exponentially gotten better in the last 10 years, what does the next 5 years bring? Now that they realize that there's a market for this, and does it cost a couple dollars more for your snack? Yes, but I would gladly pay $10 for a delicious snack instead of $8 for a subpar one.
100%, man. You hit the nail on the head. That being said, I mean, without unless you got something else to say, I think we're gonna wrap up the draft there and the episode. And as we like to say here at Gettin Goofy Radio, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I hope you guys had some fun, and keep getting goofy.
Keep getting goofy. Don't forget in the comments, since we are going up against each other, we want to make sure that I'm victorious here.
Bingo.
So hopefully you all have sweet tooths. Let us know whose menu you like the best. Come on to the sweet tooth side.
Tell us in the comments below. What we'll do is we'll write up the draft. We'll put it in our teams, if you will, and we'll put it down there. And you tell us by likes or by comment or whatever it may be. Who do you think had the winner there?
There it is.
So that being said, again, keep having fun and keep getting goofy, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.